What's up, everybody? Welcome to Floor Gang. We're here at Floor Gang. For those of you who are a little bit curious, much like Charlie Penguin Zero, I am currently hiding from the police. And by the police, I mean My Hero Academia fans. And the best way to get rid of said fans is by watching some Black Butler. I know I'm super late to this, but I'm very excited too. I've had a very, very, very busy schedule. But hey, still get to have it. And you get to tell me what you think about my reaction, my blind reaction. This time, I didn't stream it and then hopefully, then realize I couldn't get the VOD and everything. That never happened. Never does. Never will, ever. Because I'm not that stupid. Despite popular belief by CL. Also, for you, Mailed Knight, it's very hard for me to do an Alucard impression from Crispin Freeman. They know who I can do an impression of? Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. So, just for you, you can hear some terrible impressions.
That was a 70-inch
plasma screen
TV.
So,
how can I help you? You must...
Anyway, back on track.
For the second Sapphire Miracle, here's to you! And toss!
Quite enough. Look at all that blood. You mustn't let victory trump your well-being.
I had no idea it was that bad.
No, don't give me that look while helpless in his arms.
Forgive me. I was just so happy we won. I completely lost myself in the euphoria.
But nobody's curious about how he just jumped up and just whoosh, got him. It's fine though. Don't worry about it.
Than that, we proved we're not the meek wallflowers people say we are.
Such a precocious creature.
Are they giving such cute shots? Stop it! Stop it! Don't give the shippers more.
To do with you.
The end. Guys, this was a great reaction. Thank you all so much for coming. It was good to see you, and I'll see you in the next video. Ka-chow!
Ow! That hurts! I order you to be gentler.
Almost finished. Besides,
I may or may not have heard that line a few times in a couple of manga and a couple of fanfictions.
I thought you were lost in euphoria.
Don't get clever with me. I was clearly lying.
My congratulations on a plan well laid. Masterful work, my lord. Although, I doubt you were expecting such a uniquely placed badge of honor for your efforts.
That blasted Greenhill.
Which reminds me, I retrieved the ball before anyone could examine it as instructed.
I doubt anyone would.
So CL is thinking that... What? I don't know why. Because there's no way there's any cheating going on whatsoever with the ball. Are they... Did he mess with it? Oh, what? What?
Would have noticed the discrepancy regardless. After all, the only difference is a slight change in weight. I doctored this ball to work in tandem with Blue's bowling technique. The change was subtle, but it ensured there would be a vast shift in the ball's trajectory, which would then force Greenhill to fall back so he could intercept.
No, come on. Come on. Come on. Like, they're never gonna check that, but it had to be slightly lighter. He's the kind of guy who mathed out, who sniped. Quit looking down. Look, stop it. Look, I'm gonna have to... Quit looking down there, okay? Nasty. You nasty. Look if you want. He's the kind of person who mathed out the weight of the ball, how far it had to go up in the air, at what angle. It didn't matter what the weight was. You can get the same answer with different calculations. It didn't have to go up as high. It could have gone a little farther. It could have gone less far.
This instinctual reaction would put him in the prime position.
Was this just to pad out another episode? It just feels like it was completely believable without the ball. It is now less believable.
The wicketkeeper's face. Once his swing connected, the wicketkeeper would understandably drop the ball. Naturally, Greenhouse's non-striking batsman would seize any chance for a run. But that's when a mistake is made. In that moment, the striking batsman puts victory aside in favour of sportsmanship. Then, despite his injury, the wicketkeeper dives for the ball and gets the run out, which just so happens to be the 10th wicket. Thus, the wicketkeeper's heroic efforts bring about a miraculous victory for the perennial Spooners of Blue House. I could not have orchestrated a more perfect ending. We played well, won an historic victory, and touched the hearts of peers and parents alike.
So you're saying that is he saying that he had that whole part planned out? Because I think it would mean more if he didn't. If this was a split second, like, this is what we have to do. Because that's what this has been the entire time. There's plan after plan after plan after plan, but at some point, you just have to think on your feet. And that would just prove more that, while also being cold, calculated, and meticulous, he's also good at coming up with the winning strategy. The winning stratagem.
Though I must say,
my lord.
I don't understand why they carried on in earnest, knowing full well it was a lost cause.
Nor do I. I've never understood the human aesthetic of losing well. So terribly counterintuitive.
Yay. I don't know. That was just kind of like I've never understood the humans' ideals of losing good. It's counterintuitive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what the point of the line was.
Well, how did you fare?
Other than to just agree with CL on everything at all times.
Of the task.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like maybe this translation is a little wonky. Because this is... The dialogue is different. Like, they are both the same character in essence, but they are just a little different. And I've heard that this translation is a little funky. So, not that it's bad. I'm still very, 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 very happy that there's another season of Black Butler.
Yes, the headmaster.
And if there was another season, I'd watch that too.
Yeah, he is.
But I do think that I'm going to look at... I'm going to watch this again in Japanese on my own time. Maybe I'll stream it. And then I'm going to actually read the manga for this. And I want to see what the difference is. I want to see if there's really any difference at all. Or maybe there's something massive.
What?
I must apologize, my lord. I spared no effort in my pursuit. But when I caught him, this was all there was to catch.
He eluded Sebastian? Impossible. Who in the world is this headmaster to escape a demon snapping at his heels?
Did they just draw the headmaster and then Photoshop a hat on top of him?
This only deepens the mystery further.
Is it a WD?
If that's all you were going to manage, I should have had you make sweets instead. I'm famished.
I had expected that to be the case.
Maybe it's just a Weston. W for Weston.
So I prepared this for when the match was over.
Yo, CL when he sees a booby. No, just kidding.
However, it will have to wait for a more opportune time.
Ooh, that's cold.
Boys, quiet in the health center.
Of course, Master Michaelis. Sorry about that.
Quiet in the Helsing organization. I'm only making references just for you, Mailed Knight.
How's How's your head doing? It's fine.
You managed to bring our prefect to tears, did you see?
No.
I could hardly believe it. Even Clayton was singing your praises.
Oh.
Amazing! I never thought I'd be lucky enough to witness a sapphire miracle with my own eyes.
Yeah, dog wasn't even. Well, wait, no, you have to be chosen to be part of it. You can't just have a team. Like, okay, never mind. My bad. I'm remembering things.
Thank you so much, Phantom Hive.
Well, I didn't do
Guys, did I mention that you should get your butler pants? They're pretty epic. I'm so sorry I did that.
it alone.
We brought a surprise! Your hat for the procession of boats! We heard you're to be the corks!
He's gonna be the what now?
Well, I didn't do it alone.
We brought a surprise! Your hat for the procession of boats! We heard you're to be the corks!
Yes, thank you.
Let's be off then,
Man, Black Butler really out here saying such naughty language.
It's time for the procession by the winning house!
Cax!
Western College is famous for its 4th of June inter-house cricket tournament and the corresponding closing festivities. The main event being the procession of boats by the winning team.
The procession of boats. Golly gee willikers. We gotta send boats down the Thames just to show how good the one team was at playing cricket.
You know, I'm honestly surprised Blue House still has a coxswain's uniform. Be still my heart. You cut a far sorrier figure than I'd expected.
That is sad. Today I went out and bought new shoes for work. Had to go buy, because like these grubby things, I've been wearing like work boots. I have to get steel toe for what I do, but you get them up to like here. That's like all you can find, and they're hassles. You gotta like slip them on. They gotta untighten, and they gotta wrap them around some hooks, and then tie them around like twice, like you're in the military. But those are all gone. They're ruined. They're destroyed forever. So I went and got new shoes, and I realized that I am not, in fact, a size 11. I'm like a 10. And, that hurt my pride a little bit. I'll be honest.
Bite your tongue. First formers aren't normally a part of the procession. We'll have to make do.
It wouldn't matter, CL. CL. In 20 years, when they come out with Black Butler Season 5, and it'll be the year 1895, and you should be 20 years old, you will still be 13 somehow, and you will have not grown.
I can't believe how raggedy this ensemble is, though, and I'm only the second to wear it. Sebastian, my hens need raising.
On the contrary, my lord. You declared victory before the start of the tournament, so I made some preparations. As your butler, it was my natural cause.
I feel like that would have been like the one time. I know I've been arguing the entire time that CL is thinking too far ahead. That would have been the time to be like, just get me one. Just get me one. Like, I know I'm gonna win. But then again, you wouldn't be able to have that dialogue. That wouldn't make any sense, which was still really funny to see it in overgrown things. Yo, top 10 things you wouldn't be allowed to do today. Number 1, carry a sword to school. Guys, let's bring back walking to school with swords. Let's go. Let's just walk around everywhere with swords. Dude, you know how happy I don't need no pistol permit, okay? You know what I need? I just want to walk around with an engraved saber at all times. I'm not looking for some sort of katana, be some weeb of justice. I'm not looking for some crazy Zweihande to put on my back and go. No, I want something engraved that I keep on my side at all times. And should I have to open mail elegantly, I can.
You're dressed to the nines.
Very handsome for an Englishman.
Yo.
Enough dawdling. Come get in line.
This way, everyone. Watch the birdie.
He's smiling. Look at that. Smiling. With a big old smile.
Now then, this will be the procedure for tonight. We will be casting off from this bank. Then we'll row along the Thames. As we approach Windsor Castle, we will remove our hats and salute Her Majesty the Queen. Then we cast our flowers into the river and return to Weston. There can be no mistakes. Stay sharp until we're back on land.
Alright, so this entire season has been about traditions, right? Which makes me think that this massive, pointless tradition, number 47 on the docket, something sussy is going to happen. I don't know what, but something.
Understood. Sun's down. Bring the fire of St. George. Light the lanterns. Yes.
Yo, what's going on here? I mean, I know that they're the house of sport and not the house of class. But what is this? Vertical stripes? Really? Like, you're not... He can't look fatter. Wait, no, that came out wrong. Too fit to look fat. You know? But still at the same time. No horizontal stripes.
Ready? Go.
Oh, we may have made a slight miscalculation. How are they gonna row? They're not athletic.
And catch. Row.
I'm sorry, what? Whomstative? Oh, that's okay. That's CL up here. Okay. I thought CL was over here, but he is not. That is yet another pleb.
Oh, incredible.
And they're still around. Yay!
How lovely.
Yo, after watching A Book of the Atlantic, Lizzie is such a better character now. I really wish I could share with you my initial thoughts, but I need to, one, forget a little bit of the movie so that I can have more genuine reactions, and two, find the time to rewatch it. It'll probably happen sometime within the next 2 weeks.
Look on the bridge. I see them. The Queen and her rascals.
Oh, heavens, my nerves.
Calm yourself. Don't throw off your stroke.
How many times have I heard that? Oh, my nerves. Don't throw off your stroke. You know what? Skip over that part. Forget I said it.
The
Didn't
horse is
happen.
standing. Hats off to the Queen.
He just dives into the water.
The Queen. It's the Queen. It's really her. Long live the Queen.
Your Majesty, I swear, I will find the truth and present it to you without fail. Crew at the ready. Salute!
God bless America.
Phantom Hive.
God bless America.
You showed us the strength of our cunning. That meticulous design could bring victory. However, I now realize we made a fatal oversight. We failed to consider the possibility that we would actually win. In our cynicism, we never thought to practice rowing, and
Okay. Alright. Didn't think they'd actually bring that up. And then they destroyed all of the decorum here, and they are all brought into the secret lab where they are killed for breaking tradition so horribly, and that's where the story's going to continue.
They've capsized! Oh no, this is what I wanted to see! Get away! Splashing! Well, that's Blue House for you!
PTSD.
Wondrous, aren't they?
Get it, because his house burned down a couple of times.
A bit too bright, though. Stings like the Dickens. Can't see a thing.
I don't think that's a throwaway line. I don't even kind of know what that's supposed to mean. But I don't think I'm supposed to let that go. Guys, that nice, beautiful music that I have to pause in between so that I don't get the C-worded to. Turns out if I allude to the fact that I may or may not get C-worded by YouTube or Sony or whomever, they'll still grab it. So I'm going to avoid the word like it's Voldemort's name. And the other C word. I'm not Australian. If special Australians, you know who you are. Want to comment? Real? No, actually, no, don't do that. That's probably a bad idea. Dancing and singing. It's so good for you. I don't know why I'm talking like Joey Wheeler. I don't know if anyone's made this, but I'm totally fine with this kind of watercolor animation. I don't think it's lazy, personally. That's not to say anyone has ever said that about that scene in particular, but I just thought I would point it out there, that if anyone ever does say that it's lazy, I don't think so. Okay, big issue for me when it comes to Shmanime. None of them can draw moons correctly. Okay, so the moon is 1/6 the size of the Earth. And the moon gets highlighted. You see the moon because of the sun hitting the moon directly, right? But when you see a crescent in it, it's because it's the shadow of the Earth. And if the Earth is 6 times the size of the moon, you should not be able to see these little edges of the moon. You're never going to see that. You might see half because of how big it is. You can't even tell that there's a curve to it based off of some angles. But that is as straight as it wouldn't do that. That's making the shadow smaller than the moon, which is possible.
Wasn't it?
Without the sun being significantly farther away or the moon significantly. No, if the moon was closer, it still wouldn't matter. The moon would have to be very much so bigger and farther away. Or just bigger, I suppose.
All just perfect.
The food was.
Well, I'm exhausted.
Huh?
What?
Okay. That's probably from the headmaster, or maybe it was from like somebody on behalf of the headmaster. I'm guessing.
Is that for me?
Oh yeah, because of midnight tea party.
Do you know what this means? That's an invitation to a midnight tea party.
What? It worked. Now I'm entitled to an audience with the head.
It worked. I'm entitled to an audience.
Master.
It's beautiful.
Finally.
I hear you're supposed to pin that Queen of the Night flower to your lapel. And then when it blooms, someone will arrive to escort you to the party.
That's oddly specific.
Gentlemen, it's your turn to use the baths.
On our way!
The fates of the missing students. The headmaster's identity.
Yes, the side plots have finally ended. It's time to really get into the meat and potatoes of this season.
Tonight, I rip the veil from all of Weston's mysteries. The sun sets on the 4th of June. Weston College's once lively halls are now cloaked in contrasting silence.
I don't hate it, but like at the same time, CL has just been like writing poems for very specific instances. When hope is lost, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. I'm getting very sidetracked.
All its doors are...
All of this just to say that I'm that CL is very, very, very artsy fartsy. He probably should have been in Purple House. Just saying.
locked and bolted. For leaving
It's just that Blue wouldn't have gone with the blue. You know, he has blue rings and everything.
your
Just has
house
to be.
is strictly forbidden. Only a select few may walk about the darkened grounds.
But me, I've walked in the shadows my whole life. Or at least since I came back with Sebastian a couple of years ago. And there it is. 'Tis in full bloom.
Those invited to the midnight tea party.
Alright. After all of this dramaticism, saying midnight tea party kind of loses all coolness to it.
It's time.
It is time. Guys, the biggest privilege for a bunch of guys in an all-guys school is that you get to stay up until 12 a.m. Let's go!
You have been deemed worthy to attend. This elegant, long established,
Highly prestigious.
queer repast.
We welcome you to the midnight tea party.
Alright guys, best in the chat. Is there actually tea in the tea party? Or are they going to dress up like Native Americans, board a vessel, and dump hundreds of crates of tea into the Boston Harbor? Because that's my kind of tea party. Schlatt and I are actually coming out with a video doing just that. Yeah, I forgot that he was invited. Yuck. He's stinky poo-poo. I thought those pipes were artillery for some reason. I'm sure... I wonder if Sebastian is tailing them. Because he could. But the headmaster could sense him. By the way, this episode has a whole lot of copyrighted music in it. Just saying. Oh my goodness. It's just like the dinner party from Skyrim with Pelagius the Mad. Is anyone going to get that reference? If you get the reference, please let me know. No, Lumberjack! Oh, shoot. Sorry, I was too busy making a Skyrim reference. Guys, can you believe it that we got a Season 4 of Black Butler before we got an Elder Scrolls 6?
Western College's absolute monarch, the headmaster.
Everyone, thank you for joining us. Please, take your seats.
I see everyone has their cup. I propose we toast. I know it's dull without champagne, but c'est la vie. Fine.
Why isn't he talking or looking? Is he just not a... is he just a figurehead? Because I'm under the impression that the other guy, the second in charge, the vice principal or whatever he's called, I'm very convinced that he's some sort of like actual puppet of some kind. But something's a little sussy baka Erinjega.
To a successful 4th of June, done in line with tradition and without incident.
I think we both know that's not true.
We raise our glass.
They literally fell into the Thames in front of the Queen and her entourage. I wouldn't say that's without incident.
A moment, please. As it stands, I'm afraid I can't join in your heartfelt cheers.
What's wrong?
There's something that's bothering me. And it pertains to the well-being of Derek Arden and his friends. Until I've seen them, my glass must remain here.
What is this?
Headmaster, would you be so kind as to hear my case?
Enough, Phantom Hive! Show some respect!
I'm aware this is untoward, but I cannot help thinking of Western College Rule number 15. It states that we should be attentive to our schoolmates at all times and stand ready to assist them whenever needed. Yes? Derek Arden, Richard Gleason, Hans Hardy, Robert Isaac.
Sometimes what makes commentary hard is you want to say something, but it's just reiterating what is literally happening on screen. And it's basically just about how he just likes to ruffle feathers. CL is just a feather ruffler while also following the rules. Just like how Rule 34 states that if there is... I feel like a rule... he's just talking about, the rules. He's just spitting them back in their face, which, one, brings up the question why no one else has done it. But two, it really brings into question Rule 34. Now, if you haven't heard of Rule 34, Rule 34 refers to usually the guy John Futanari. Now, John Futanari was the kind of guy that you would want on your side. John Futanari was the kind of guy who knew how to bend the rules. He knew how to bend the rules so much that it messed up the economy So they had to create a special rule in regards to keeping inflation from happening again the way that John Futanari did. If you want to know more, I'm not going to go into detail, but look up Futanari Inflation Rule 34.
And Wayne Thulis. It's been a year since these boys returned to their family estates because, for some reason, they have holed up in their house here, which I learnt after their parents approached me upon my enrollment at Weston, as they wanted my help in ending this self-imposed exile.
I see.
But the more I tried to make contact with them, the more strange things seemed to appear.
He's just being straight up honest. Why? I suppose this is his one chance. Like, the chances of him being able to be right in front of them again is incredibly small. And granted, he's not being entirely truthful, but he's not being not truthful.
I've yet to even glimpse them from afar. Their sudden transfers from Red House to Purple House raised my suspicions. Suspicions that only intensified the night of the fire. You see, while all of Purple House had been forced to evacuate, those 5 were strangely absent. And yet, Violet specifically said everyone was there. But how could that be if 5 were missing?
That is strange. I'm sure Violet was merely flustered, as we all were.
Are you asking me to believe that a Western
I was about to say, are you telling me that you're just going to let it pass that Violet might have allowed 5 kids to die just because he was flustered?
prefect, someone tasked with the care of its student body, would make such a grave error?
Yes, indeed. That is a weighty question to ponder.
It's irrelevant. They were clearly not hiding
No, it's just not manly. You don't need to slam your hands down, CL.
away in Purple House that
There's only like 5 kids missing.
night. In an institution where every minute of every day is tightly regulated, no fewer than 5 students have apparently disappeared. There is something profoundly amiss here. Based upon my investigation thus far, I believe Derek and the others are no longer at Weston. At best, they ran. At worst, they're dead. The headmaster decided on the transfer, and the P4 run the student body. It's not hard to surmise that they're trying to cover up something. The P4 brushed off my every question with, "It was the headmaster's decision."
Well, we don't have enough time. There's not going to be an answer. The final frame is going to be zooming in on the headmaster. That or CL's going to get shot in the face. And I'm going to have to retitle my last video to the one that is this video.
But now they're all here, and that won't wash anymore. Gentlemen, I will unearth whatever it is you wanted buried. It saddens me to say, but I believe those boys suffered some great tragedy. Headmaster, let us call on Scotland Yard and end this charade.
There's no need. For the truth is, they have been on the school grounds this entire time.
Because it turns out you are them.
They have?
See for yourself.
Is it the zombies? Nazi zombies?
Hello. Do I detect the wonderful scent of tea?
Derek Arden, but how?
Okay. I still have a weird feeling that, like, my original guess, it's not my original guess, but the guess I've been holding on to the longest time is that all 5 of them have all been behind this. Yeah, but why? I don't know. And you see the other 4, their faces are just blurred out. Like, we know their names, we just don't know what they look like because apparently they're not important. They're not faces to remember. Yeah, that was about what I was guessing. If the headmaster turns out to be Derek Arden, technically I was right on what the final frame was. Technically. But, yeah, I don't know. I still don't know what the why is. There's got to be crazy supernatural. Maybe they're invoking the powers and getting a demon for themselves. Maybe Claude is about to be canonical. That would be fun. Maybe Claude would be good this time. I mean, Claude wasn't really bad last time. Eloise sucked. I don't understand Eloise stands, personally. I just don't get it. Nope. Yeah. so many things that happened, but I'm honestly just so happy that the story is moving forward. And CL being just upfront with everything was also kind of a breath of fresh air, if I'm being honest, and made the most sense, because it's not like he can go back and just knock at the headmaster's door every once in a while. I still don't know if Derek is actually alive. Part of me is thinking that the headmaster isn't alive, and that Derek isn't. They're just trying to create like human replicas, and so they're being like the things from like the back rooms, that the mimics or whatever that'll pretend to be you, but it's not quite right. It's just not quite you. They're the imposters among us. So yeah, this entire season is just back rooms. So I think I cracked the code. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Oh, I forgot to say, 10 likes for the next video.